You had to get yours and now I gotta get mine. You came at me and you know I don't play. I'm sorry, it ain't going your way. Baby, give me some love and give me some respect. The way that you do the things you do when you want my essence.
Grand rising to you. We're on the morning mental this morning. I am a little more laid back than I normally am this morning. I am not one of those people who play the I told you so game, but sometimes I told you so is more than appropriate for some people. You know, I am one of those people, folks, that I don't do a lot of back and forth with people because I figure that if you got a better idea, you got a better solution, I'm all for it. But if all you're going to do is run your mouth and then when something happens, you're just as quiet as ever, then I am going to be one of those people who's going to turn to everybody else and see, I told you so. You don't want to believe in that which is right in front of you, so you rather believe something else. And then when things go off the rails, when things become incredibly unbearable, when things suddenly blow up again, you're going to find out that the same people that you listen to are the same people that are going to stand there and do absolutely nothing. And then you're going to realize that you were listening to the right person and you were moving in the right direction, so you wouldn't have to deal with these things anymore. But because you listened to the wrong people at the wrong time, when you got confronted again, you end up with nothing. I come to you this morning bidding a grand rising to all of the children of the Most High. I'm so glad you all could join us on the morning mental. We're on YouTube and Instagram this morning. But I'm in a different place this morning. Here's why I'm in a different place this morning. And I don't know where you are, but you're going to find out that I'm going to leave you where you at. I'm no longer trying to pull people over. I'm going to leave you to your own devices because sometimes you deserve just what you get from your own stupidity. And it goes a little something like this. By now, you all have known or have heard about what happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Kenosha police officer shot a man in the back while he was getting in his car in front of his children. This man was breaking up a fight. He was shot multiple times. And the governor has came on and told us, the governor Tony Evers of Wisconsin has told us that the man that got shot, whose name is Jacob Blake, is in serious condition. He didn't die, but he was shot in the back while attempting to get into his van with his kids inside because he didn't want to deal with the police, because the police showed up as usual, uninformed and gung-ho. And because it's a black man, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say it. It was because he's a black man that they shot him when he started to not go along with what they told him. It's go along or get shot. They shot this man while he was getting in his vehicle. This man has not died. Stop saying that. Jacob Blake is still with us. Immediately, people got upset and started the usual, oh, I can't believe this, all this not gonna happen, blah, blah, blah. The same old response y'all have every time. People upset, everybody's fingers is on Twitter, everybody's fingers is on Instagram, everybody jumping on their little bullshit ass social media accounts trying to drum up some attention and go forward. Yeah, y'all did the same thing like you always do. And then you all sit around and talk about, we so glad of this and we so glad of that and we thank God this and that. I don't might want to hear all that no more. Because just like you, There are people who sit around and watch those videos and they get fed up. They get fed up to the point where they don't want to talk on social media anymore. They get fed up to the point where they don't want to protest and wave signs. They get fed up to the point where they want to pick up a gun and go and do something to the people that have done something to these people. That's where a lot of people end up. Some of us have gone beyond that. We have come out into the streets with our guns to say, listen, if it don't stop, we're going to have to respond to you the way that you respond to us. That first one is a show of power. The next one is a show of expression. And every time that there's a police involved shooting, we go through the same process. Y'all get upset. People say that it's not going to happen. The police offer some bullshit ass excuse and then they put the people on leave. Y'all protest. The same old lawyers show up to collect that loot. And then all of a sudden we agonize over what happened and, we're not having it anymore. That's the process. A young man by the name of Trayford Pellerin. Trayford Pellerin was in Lafayette, Louisiana. He was 31 years old. They killed him simply because he would not comply with the police. They said he had a knife and that he was going to attack some people in a store, but they had a whole quarter of a mile to try to defuse the situation. In the end, it was always an option, as they thought, to kill him. Same thing, protesters out there burning, looting, they always say they clash with the police. There's no clash when you don't have equal firepower. So it's not a clash. It's you resist it and they put you down. So, this is the same pattern. Everybody's saying, that's it, I've had enough, I'm about to lose it. You hear all of this. And, I told y'all that this was not going to stop. I even told y'all that the only way that it was going to stop is if they saw a viable threat or a viable opposition that they did not want to deal with. I told y'all that, but don't listen to me. Remember, I'm an agent. Remember, I am I support Trump. What's the other one? I'm an agent provocateur. I'm everything that the people who ain't gonna do shit told you, because I was the one motherfucker who would do some shit. And on this morning, while y'all sitting around agonizing over what happened in Kenosha, while y'all sitting around Twitter finger angry about what happened down in Lafayette, while y'all sitting around talking about you ain't gonna take it no more, something got to change. I want y'all to remember one thing. I used to be just like you. I was a regular dude who got sick of the bullshit and picked up a gun, and then found a bunch of other people who would pick up a gun with me and was ready to speak to the issue. And you people sat there and did what you always do. You dismantled it. Now you got two situations in your face. And who the first person you calling? In fact. Well, you can't have it both ways. You can't shit on the people that came to save you. Because as I've said before, you can always do it yourself. This would be a great time for the other black militia to come out. This would be a great time for all those other people that have so much to say. Okay, we'll shut up and sit down and won't say shit. Y'all take it from here. We can do that. This is what you want, right? This is what you came for, right? You still talking? You see, we stopped talking and we started walking, but y'all didn't like the walk. Y'all didn't like the person who led the walk. Y'all didn't like the way the walk was dressed. Y'all didn't like the way that the walk was working along. Y'all didn't like that. So now you got two opportunities in front of you. What's happening in Lafayette and what's happening in Kenosha. Because just like y'all said, all those people that are still talking, it is now your opportunity to walk. You want to call us out. You want to call me out. I'm calling you out. NFAC will give you the stage, will give you the floor. You got a problem with what happened in Kenosha? You got a problem with what happened in Lafayette? I want y'all to understand, you can't have it both ways. You're not going to sit here and continue to demify this organization and denigrate and slander me. And then when your ass gets in a sling, the first thing you want to do is, well, where is the INFAC? What are they? It's time for them to pull up. It's not time for us to pull up. It's time for y'all to shut up and step up. That's what time it is. And there's no other way out of this one. In fact, that you so hailed when it first showed up, that you was all excited and everybody got on board. But I'm sorry, you thought it was made up of perfect people. No, it was people just like yourself who sat at home and watched what happened in Lafayette, who watched what happened in Kenosha, who watched what happened in Brunswick, who watched what happened in Minneapolis, who watched what happened in Louisville, who watched what happened everywhere around the country where they keep doing this to us. It was those people who got up and said, I done had enough of this shit, and got in the streets and got suited and booted and then went out to confront the issue. And everybody sat back and said, oh, it's a great, noble job. But as soon as y'all family, like what is it? Familiarity breeds contempt. Soon as y'all got comfortable, you started to tear it down. Now everybody done jumped on board and tear down the wagon. Oh, y'all good at tearing shit down, but don't know how to build nothing up. I'm hot and heavy in your ear this morning. Y'all can get out of my inbox right now. Y'all can get off my page talking about where is INFAC when you need them. No, motherfucker, where are you at when you need yourself? Because when you had what you needed, you didn't want that. When you had someone who could speak to power, you said that they had to be an agent. When you had someone, you had what you asked for and you didn't appreciate it. You didn't want it. Now, all of a sudden, there's another opportunity. INFAC is still sitting here. But INFAC can now ask that question. If y'all don't like the job we doing, this is an excellent opportunity for you to step up and present your own. This morning, still talking. I told y'all this wasn't over. However, the impact of what INFAC has done now factors heavily into everything that these people say. This morning, there is a statement that came out of Kenosha where they have shot this young man in the back while he was getting into his car. People done start rioting and carrying on, and they burning like they, this is what we do. People not having it. They upset. They upset. But you know what the governor said? The governor made sure that they wanted y'all to know that if anybody came from out of state, that they would utilize every resource in their power to fight the people from out of state. That's what they said. Down in Lafayette, they said the same thing. If anybody, why they got to speak about people coming from the outside that they need to throw all their resources at unless they have this idea that there is an armed militia that could show up? That could be a problem. That's been a problem everywhere it's gone. I decided to say this morning. I'm not going to get on here and rabble rouse with y'all. I'm not going to beat the drum with y'all. I'm not going to talk about how bad it was because this is no worse than anything that hasn't happened to us before. It's just as bad when they killed Ahmaud Arbery. It's just as bad when they went up into Breonna Taylor's apartment and killed her. It's just as bad when they killed George Floyd. It's not worse. This ain't nothing new. But some of us got motivated back then and came out, made history. We weren't trying to make history. We were trying to put us into the bullshit and stop it. But instead, y'all decided to collapse into that same old Negro crabs in the barrel mentality of sitting down and tearing down and attacking and taking the teeth out of something that would have helped you in this particular instance. So now the question now becomes, okay, we be that. We're going to roll along with y'all for a minute. Y'all, we'll step back. Let's see what you're going to do. I'm going to lay it right here, America. We gonna step back. It's not that we don't want no smoke. Y'all acting like y'all gonna bring some smoke because we obviously are getting in the way. Obviously, we messing up the formula. Obviously, we're an FBI operation. Obviously, all these things that they have told you that you have bought into. Now that your ass is getting laid out in the street again. Now that they busting you in your back with no motherfucking thought. Now that they shooting you down outside of convenience stores again. Now all of a sudden reality done set in. And now all of a sudden you want to sit around talking about, oh, it's time for InFact. This ain't no TV show. This ain't no video game. So, because y'all spend 99% of y'all time being occupied with the negativity instead of doing what we should have been doing, which was solidifying the organization to the point that when something like this happened in any city, that there would be a chapter to answer them with the support of the community, with the support of black media, with the support of all the different factions, with all of us coming together, which would shut this shit down immediately. But instead of y'all doing that, y'all want to focus on the negativity. And now the situation done presented itself again. And now everybody's sitting around talking about where the fuck, no. You're not going to piss in my face and call it rain and then turn around and denigrate the organization and then think they're going to come rescue your silly ass. So it's only fair that we say, since y'all seem to know so much better, since y'all are experts on militia, since y'all seem to know so much because you've been putting in work for so long, okay, bam, there's your opportunity. You got the same thing we got. We had two things that happened that pulled us out into the forefront. Ahmaud Arbery pulled us out, and then the threat at Stone Mountain pulled us out, and Breonna Taylor pulled us out. Now you got two to pull you out. You got my man down in Lafayette that can pull you out, and you got my man in Kenosha that can pull you out. Pull him out. All of these, we got a militia too. All of these, we're not rolling with y'all. We're going to roll with our own. Okay, show us how it's done. Because obviously we don't know what the hell we doing, and I am obviously not qualified. That's what y'all said. That's what you got this morning. Now everybody's sitting there with their eyes like, oh, I can't believe he's saying it. No, I can't believe y'all said that. I told y'all we're in a relationship together. I never said it was going to be peaches and cream. Every relationship has ups and downs. Everybody has a fight in their relationship. And sometimes in the relationship, you got to realize that the person that you're with is not the person that you thought they was. And that's when it's time to break up. That's when it's time for a separation. That's when it's time for you to reconsider what the hell you are doing. We got some bad situations in this country this morning, but they're no worse than the things that have happened before. Y'all seen the video. Grabbed that man from behind by his shirt, and the other one decided to shoot him in the back. There's no de-escalation going there. It's the fact that he was a black man. And that should tell you, I kept telling y'all, it's not just us, it's you too. There's no value on any of you. And y'all won't get that until you feel those hot bullets hitting your ass. Y'all not gonna get that until it's and they did it in front of the man's kids. The man's kids are traumatized for life. For the rest of their life, really, believe it or not, they just did a form of buck breaking. They shot this man in front of his kids. Now his kids will never disrespect the police ever again in life, even if they want to. That's a form of buck breaking if you don't know what that is. The situation that happened down in Louisiana, they followed this man for a quarter mile. Nobody wanted to jump on the man. Nobody wanted to wrestle the man it's 10 of y'all. Y'all can't take down a dude with a knife. Don't y'all got vests on, and don't y'all got this, that, and the third? And it's because he's a black man. They're not going to say it, but that's okay. They ain't got to worry about that because they know y'all ain't going to do nothing. Well, when we did act like we was going to do something, when we did put the fear of God, and then when we did let them know that there was an entity that would be willing to show up and get it in, when we did let them know that we're not stupid and we can come and we can have some conversations, when we did show up and say we can settle this like some gentlemen or get into some gangster shit, then they started to pay attention. Then, all along, we was getting a little bit of traction. And they was ready to give it to us too. But then they got in a couple of our ears like they always do. They broke off a couple dollars, like they always do. I mean, I have no problem saying I'm a little hot this morning because I ain't been paid a dime for this shit, okay? To put up with what I'm putting up with, I ain't getting paid for this, contrary to what lie they might have told y'all. That's a lie. They don't want you to do nothing because it means they would have to do something. And just like this morning, I'm calling every last one of you activists. I'm calling every last one of you bloggers. I'm calling off every last one of you motherfuckers out there that got something negative to say. Here's your chance. Suit up, boot up, get out there, show NFAC how it's done. Show us how it's done, since you seem to know better than those of us who don't put in the work. This is your time to prove to everybody, see, I told y'all that they was an agent. I told y'all that that was an FBI op. I told y'all, so we gonna handle it ourselves. Nah, don't just sit there and say, see, I told y'all, and then don't do nothing. I don't care what title you have, whether you running around with a goddamn Dixie cup hat on top of your head or whether you running around with an ankh around your neck. I don't want to hear. I told y'all that talking y'all doing is a lot of talk. Yet I've heard the comments where people sit around, well, I'll do this to them and you'll fight your own people. But you're still scared in the core of your heart. You're scared of white people. I'm going to say it. You petrified of them. You sitting around and talking like you ain't and that you want to. Yeah, we don't want no smoke. We don't want no smoke. Okay. You keep saying they don't want no smoke. But yet for all the talking that I'm hearing, you don't want no smoke. You want somebody else to go smoke for you. You want somebody else to take the hit for you. You want somebody else to get dirty for you. You want somebody else to hurt and bleed for you. But you don't want to do that. So guess what? When you had somebody to do it, what did you do? Half y'all was unloyal. The other half believed the lies. And then the other half ain't said shit. So don't come talk to me when I put together the NFAC, put people together, even if they wasn't perfect people, and took them out there to try to stand up to this. And now here we are, 2 fresh incidents. Fresh. All yours. Where y'all at? That's really all I got to say this morning. That's my morning mental. Prove me wrong. Don't sit around and wait for those of us who've done something already. Don't criticize those of us who've done something already. You can sit around and believe that bullshit if you want to. I keep telling y'all, I can disappear and go on with my nice, calm life. I don't have to be out here doing this shit, but I'm just like y'all. I saw it too, and I got pissed off. Now y'all got a chance to get pissed off. You don't have to have an organization like I had. You can do what I did. Remember, I didn't have no organization. Me and a couple of my bros picked up our weapons, went down to Brunswick to handle that business with no hype, no announcement, no nothing. Now you do the same. I got 3 on the wall. I'm going to wait on you. Since y'all talking all this talk, everybody got something to say. Everybody got something to say. Okay, we'll be that. We're going to say, y'all got it. Let me know when y'all going to get there. Let me know when y'all going to get there. Let me know when y'all can get there. Because, we want to watch y'all. Real talk. Because y'all done talked all that. Y'all done put all that out there. I'm on the morning mental, but I'm not a happy camper right now because I wake up this morning and I found out they done shot this young man while he was getting in his car. I found out they done shot this young man while he's going into the convenience store. And I see the rioting has already started and this, that, and the third. But I hear all these people. Big shout out to my man, Sleep is for the Rich. My man hit me up, because he called us immediately as soon as shit popped off. But what I'm looking at is, oh, really? You sure there ain't nobody else that you can call at this time? I salute that brother because he understand what they up against. But I'm looking at all of you people on YouTube, all you people on the gram, all you people on Facebook, all y'all that's talking. I think it's enough of y'all to form a fighting force. So get your weapons, get together, and form up and go down there and do what you keep asking us to do after you dragged our ass through the mud, criticized us, accused us of everything under the sun except being a child of the king. This is the part that really gets me. A lot of people, y'all strong in the mouth, but you're weak in your backbone. And I'm done with it. I'm not going to keep kissing your ass. I'm not going to do that. If y'all want us to unite and make this thing work, then y'all going to have to work too. And you're going to have to get over the bullshit. And right now, you haven't. So you got 2 opportunities this morning. I'm very read well into those. I understand exactly what has happened, but I'm just amazed at the string of emails that I'm getting now and all of these instant messages that's popping up in my inbox and all of these comments that's coming up on the YouTube channel about when y'all gonna show up. When the fuck you gonna show up? I'm sick of you punk ass motherfuckers. Talking all this bullshit. Ain't gonna show up and bust a grape in a fruit fight. Ain't gonna pull a trigger. Ain't gonna do nothing. So when you go on YouTube today and you see somebody talking shit about Grandmaster Jay and the NFAC, just ask them, when are you gonna show up? That's it. You ain't gotta say nothing else. Anybody on here that got something negative to say, when are you gonna show up? All y'all people who got so much to say, here's your opportunity. You can get a ticket to Wisconsin, or you can take a ticket down to Louisiana, get your folks right, get your weapons right. You go down there. When are you going to show up? That's all I got to say to y'all this morning. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch and see what y'all do. See, we wasn't fucking around, but I see a lot of y'all still are. So make daddy proud, because you don't want this one. Remember? I bid y'all peace and shalom. Have a great day. Morning mental, motherfuckers.